to be an open book about my life and everything that I do. My vlogs, my books, and even when I'm speaking. And sometimes that means talking about things that might be a little uncomfortable. But they're normal in my life and in the lives of many other people who have spinal cord injuries or other disabilities. So today's topic is nothing to be ashamed of. I'm talking about the fact that I have a colostomy bag. A while back, one of my caregivers who had been working with me for over 2 years asked me, "Do you poop?" And I said, "Well, do you?" I was so surprised that she didn't know. And yes, of course I poop. Everyone does. But it is a legitimate question because for those of us who have spinal cord injuries, going to the bathroom looks a little different. And you may have even wondered this yourself, but were too afraid to ask. For most of my life after my accident, I had something called a bowel care program. It really controlled my life in many ways, including what I could eat, when I could eat, and I was stuck to a rigid schedule. I relied on other people to help me out, and it was very time-consuming. So I asked my doctor, what are my options? And he explained to me how a colostomy procedure could greatly improve my life. So I talked to my loved ones about it, and they were very supportive and agreed that this would be a great improvement to my life. So my colostomy was a 30-minute outpatient surgery. One end of my large intestine was moved to the outside of my abdominal wall, and I now have a colostomy bag for my bowel movements. It took about a month to adjust. I didn't work in that month, and it took some time, but now I am so glad that I had this done. It is one of the best decisions I could have made. Now I can eat whatever I want at any time. I never could have had late night snacks before or eat certain vegetables. I discovered now that I absolutely love corn, spinach, broccoli, and even Brussels sprouts. And because I have to travel so much for work, this makes our schedule so much easier. It only takes 5 to 15 minutes a day to take care of my bag, whereas it could be 2 to 3 hours under my previous regimen. And in case you're wondering, it doesn't smell and it isn't gross. And I'm going to show you these super cute covers that I can put on Etsy. So I didn't even know this was an option, thank you, until 3 years ago. I really wish that someone would have shared this with me a lot sooner. And so I'm sharing this today because I'm sure there are people watching who have thought about a colostomy but might be afraid of making the choice. I really want you to seriously consider it because the stereotypes you've heard are not true. You can swim, you can play sports, you can even be intimate. And this has been a real blessing for me and many others. I'm also really grateful to the people who have been open and honest about having a colostomy bag. My doctor connected me with someone, and I've also found many resources online from people sharing their stories and talking about making this adjustment easier and integrating it seamlessly into their lives. I'm so grateful for people like Maggie, whose YouTube channel is Let's Talk IBD. She's very open and honest, and she really helped me a lot when I first got my colostomy bag. She's also so cute and adorable and really made me feel better about myself. So if you want to learn more in-depth information, I encourage you to check out our channel. Finally, I want to be open about this part of my life and not hide or care what people think because it's just a fact of life. And if one person watching this can gain more independence and quality of life by learning that a colostomy bag is an option, then it makes all my fears of sharing this worth it. So if you or someone you know has a spinal cord injury, you know the frustrations that this can solve. There's hope for improving your life, and you have many options available to you. So make sure you ask your doctors for advice and always advocate for yourself and your needs. We all go to the bathroom. I just do it a little differently. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.